From those statements that Amr ibn al-As, he said to the Najashi, from those statements that he said to al-Najashi, was that from the proofs that these individuals, if they remain in your land, they will destroy it. From the proof is this one that he lied about, is Aba, that they denied annahum, that if they will enter alayka, they will enter in your place, la yasjuduna laka, aw la yasjudu laka, when they will enter in your palace, they will not prostrate to you. Tahiyyata al-muluk al-najashi, they will not prostrate, a prostration of showing reverence to your king or to your kingdom. He say li'annahum sufaha, because they are fool. He is saying, Amr ibn As, he is saying to what? He is saying to the Najashi that number one, if they enter to prove you that this individual, they are evil and they can corrupt your land, they will not make the prostration of tahiyyah. They will not salute you by prostrating to you. You know why? Because li'annahum sufaha. Li'annahum sufaha. So the Najashi, he got this point, that this individual, they will not prostrate to him. فَهَكَذَا, from that point on, da'ahum, and Najashi called them. وَجَاءُوا, and they, all the believers, they came. يَتَقَدِّمُوهُمْ Ja'far ibn Abi Talib, and at the very first, from their leaders, or the one that was leading, or the one that is in front, was Ja'far ibn Abi Talib. فَوَقَفَ بِالْبَابِ, he stood up from the door. فَوَقَفَ بِالْبَابِ, he stopped at the door. وَرَفَعَ صَوْتُهُ, Allahu Akbar. وَرَفَعَ صَوْتُهُ, and he raised his voice. So they were coming, the Najashi called them, after hearing this from Amr ibn As, that this individual, they are this, they are that, but to prove you that they are evil, when they will come, they will not prostrate to you. Now, every other things, there is no way that the Najashi can verify it, right? That they were runaways, how would he verify it? That they were from the evil one, how are you going to know somebody you just see today, right now, that how are you going to tell he is evil? There is no way you can verify this. But good, look at this. The point that he said, right? Amr ibn As said that he knew that Najashi could verify this. Which is what? That they will not prostrate to you. Tahiyyatan laka, as a showing reverence to you. Now this is a very easy what? That's a very easy checkpoint, right? So when Ja'far, they came and he was in front. فَوَقَفَ بِالْبَابِ, he stood at the door. He stood at the door. وَرَفَعَ صَوْتُهُ, and he was speaking very loud. Very loud. He was saying very loud, سَيَسْتَأْذِنْ عَلَيْكَ حِزْبُ اللَّهِ بِأَعْلَى صَوْتِهِ, may the party of Allah enter. May the party of Allah enter. The party of Allah is seeking your authorization to enter. What is it showing? It's showing adab. It's showing that they have adab. They didn't just come in and enter, but rather they stood at the door. They say that the party of Allah is seeking authorization from you to what? To enter. Right? That show that this individual, they have what? They have good mannerism. They have respect for the individual they came to meet, even though he is a kafir. Right? That was a point. One point right there. Count down. So he said, and this was done bi'ala sawtihi, the loudest, the very loudest voice. In its very loud voice. He says, sawt gharib, in a very strange voice too. Min rajulin gharib, from a very strange person. Jazakallahu khairan. From a strange in that person too. So he repeated the same statement again. So until وقع في نفس النجاشي بأن القوم ليس بعادين. So he was repeating this in a very strong manner until it put in the heart of the Najashi that these people like this, they are not transgressors. These people like this, they are not wrongdoers. This waqa'a ala nafsihi. This is the feeling that he had in himself. Dakhala alayhi. So Ja'far ibn Abi Talib, he entered after he was given what? He was given the authorization. Dakhala anfan ghayru munhaniyan. He entered his head up, not bending down. He entered his head up, straight up. He was not bending down. Waqifun, standing straight up. And he was not bending down in whatsoever situation. فَعِنْدَ ذَلِكَ, upon seeing this, سأله النجاشي. Upon seeing this, النجاشي asked him, Ja'far ibn Abi Talib. He said, أي لماذا لم تسجد لي? Why is it that you don't prostrate to me? The question is a beautiful question, but wait for the answer. If this question is silver, the answer will be gold. Promise you that. This is something to enjoy, wallahi. This is something to enjoy. Wait for it. You waiting, huh? It's coming. It's coming, baby. It's coming. He say, لماذا لم تسجد لي? Why is it not? Why don't you prostrate to me? أي لما تحييني بتحية قومي? Why is it not you don't greet me the greetings of my people? Why are you not greeting me by way of the greetings of my people? Why is that? قال جعفر ibn Abi Talib, he say, وعليكم السلام. He say, we إنما نسجد للذي ملكك. He say, we will only prostrate to the one that made you a king. We will only prostrate to the one that made you a king. We will not prostrate to the king. We'll prostrate to the one that made the king. Who is stronger? The king or the one that created the king? He say, we will prostrate to the one that made you a king. Subhanallah. Akhi, upon hearing that, what you think will be in his mind? He say, قال إنما نسجد للذي ملكك. We will prostrate to the one that made you a king. لا نسجد لك. We will not prostrate to you. نسجد للذي ملكك. We will prostrate to the one that made you a king. أي الذي جعلك ملكا أو ملكا. The one that made you a king. This is the one that we're going to prostrate onto. لماذا? Because Allah, He is Allah. هو الذي يأتي الملك من يشاء. Because He give the kingdom to whomsoever He wish. وينزع الملك ممن يشاء. And He take the kingdom from whomsoever He wants to. He say, الذي ملكك. The one that made you a king. هو الذي يستحق العبادة. He is the only one deserving. He is the only one having all the rights to be worshipped alone. And likewise, He is the only one يستحق السجود. He is the only one that is deserving to be made a prostration for. Now, upon saying this to the king, تأثر الرجل. So the man was very much affected by this statement. Very much affected by these very simple statements. He didn't read no verses. He didn't read nothing in regard to Allah say the Messenger. He didn't read nothing that from the dalil that are sam'i. But rather He gave him from the intellectual proofs. Why should I prostrate to you, O king? How about the one that made you a king? Why should I prostrate to you, a king, and abandon the one that made you a king? Because no doubt about it, between the king and the one that made him a king, there is no difference of opinion that the one that made him a king, the one that created the king, has more power than the king. Is there any doubt about that? تأثر الرجل. The man was very much affected by the simple statement. So now that's number one. Number two is, of course, he asked about what do Islam or what do the Quran say about Isa and the mother of Isa. And they recited Surah to Maryam. And the Najashi, he cried, buka'an shadidan. He cried heavily. He cried heavily upon hearing that which Allah Jalla wa'ala mentioned in Surah Maryam. He cried heavily, heavily, until his lihya was what? Soaked up. Until his lihya was soaked up. Until his lihya was soaked up. فَأَسْلَمَ. And he accepted Islam from that point on. So not only accepted Islam, but he gave the companion that came an option, right? فَخَيَّرَهُمْ أو فَخَيَّرَ لَهُمْ. He gave them the option. As Shaykh Salih al-Fawzaan hafidhahullah mentioned, he gave them the option, and the companions, they took the option to stay. To stay. Shaykh Muhammad Aman Najami rahimahullah tabaraka wa ta'ala, he mentioned, he say that the Najashi,